guys? Flowgoode back again. Back with another deck tech. I played in the Avacyn Restored game day probably like 3 weeks ago. Can't remember exactly when it was, but basically it's a free standard tournament and you get to enter for free, obviously, and then the winner gets a play mat, which I was the winner out of I think it was 15 or 16 people that showed up to the local store that day. And this is the deck that I used. It's a post Avacyn Restored Frites deck. So it's Frites, but some new Avacyn Restored stuff thrown in there, a little twist to it. So I figured I want to do a deck tech and show you what I got. So let me start off with the creatures. So we've got 4 Avacyn's Pilgrims for, you know, mana dorks and chump blockers and such. So then I'm going to slowly reveal the playmat here that I won. And we've got 4 Birds of Paradise. Obviously really good for when you need some mana fixing to get, you know, flashback something or cast something that you just need the color of. And I've got 2 Geist Honored Monks. The purpose of these guys is basically chump blockers, but also they interact with the next creature I'm going to show you. Because when a Geist Honored Monk comes into play, they put 2 spirit tokens. So got 2 of those in the main board. And then this guy, 4 of these guys in the main board. Craterhoof Behemoth. This guy's crazy. You want to alpha strike with this guy. Like, you want to win the game, because if you leave him out on the board, he's pretty dangerous. He could get stolen or copied. I mean, whenever he comes into play, however many creatures you have on the board, including him, each creature gets that many plus X plus X. So like, say there's 3 creatures out. Throw him out, that's 4 creatures on the board. So everything on the board gets +4/+4 and trample till end of turn. So this guy is definitely a game winner. So 4 of those. And I've got 3 Elesh Norns. This is a bomb card too. You know, all your creatures get +2/+2. All your opponent's creatures get -2/-2. So definitely a game changer for the most part. Got 3 of those in the main board. Got 1 in the sideboard, but I'll get to that in a little bit. Oops. So we've got 4 Tracker's Instinct. Basically, mill 4 cards, take 1 creature from it, put it into your hand, and it's got a flashback of blue and 2. So 4 of those. Got Lingering Souls to interact with Craterhoof and for defensive purposes, so that you can get stuff into your graveyard to cast on Burial Rites, which I'll show you next. So these guys are awesome. They also have a flashback. Everything in the Frites deck pretty much has flashback, except for, you know, obviously creatures and mulch. So it's a 5-color deck. So on Burial Rites, return target creature from a graveyard to the battlefield. So like I said, you know, Craterhoof, say there's some Lingering Souls out there, you're pretty much going to trample in for the win most of the time. So I've got 4 of those, and it has flashback. This is black and 4, and then flashback is white and 3. So the main staple of this deck right there. Mulch, got 4 mulches. Mill 4 cards, and then put all land cards into your hand, the rest into the graveyard. This is a great card. Gives you everything you need into your hand. Then put your big fatties into the graveyard so you can cast Burial Rites on them. And then we got 4 Faithless Looting, which is also a great card. Say you know your opening hand, you have like Elesh Norn and on Burial Rites, and you want to get them into the graveyard so you can cast them for cheaper. So Faithless Looting is the way to do it. So, got 4 of those bad boys. So, that's the main part of the deck. Now I'll show you the lands, which is pretty crazy. You need, 5 colors, so it's pretty crazy mana base. You got 4 Razor Verge Thickets, which is green and white. It's the Scars block, so this one says if you have 3 or less lands, or 2 or fewer lands, sorry, then you can put it out there without having to put it out tapped. So these are good for the beginning of the game. It's got 4 of those. Then 4 Copperline Gorge, red-green, same thing, 2 or fewer lands. So there you go. We have 3 colors so far: green, white, and red. So then we have our 4 Blackcleave Cliffs. This is red-black. Same thing, 2 or fewer lands, comes out untapped. The black is for Unburial Rites and for flashing back Lingering Souls. So then we have 2 Darkslick Shores, which is the same thing, 2 or fewer lands, but we only have 2 blue sources in the deck, and you only really need 2 because it's only really for flashing back Tracker's Instincts, which is a blue and 2, so you don't need too many of that, especially when you have Birds of Paradise. You could use it for blue if you wanted to, so only 2 of those. And then we have 1 Plains, 1 Rootbound Crag, which is a green-red, but it comes out untapped if you already have a mountain or a forest into play. And then 1 Sunpetal Grove, which same thing as the Rootbound Crag. If you have a Plains or a forest in play, you can put it out untapped. So those are single ofs. And then I've got 6 forests. So we've got a mana base, mana dorks of green, so we want to have quite a bit of green to make sure we can cast those. And then of course Mulch and Tracker's Instincts, they're all green, so you got 6 main forests. So that is the main deck right there. And as you can see, my mat that I won, I am a Avacyn Restored Game Day champion, even though the N is kind of covered up, but I'm a champio, yeah. So anyway, now I'll show you my sideboard. In my sideboard, I have 3 Timely Reinforcements for the aggro deck that tries to burn you down before you can get your guys out there. It doesn't have flashback, so that's kind of like a risk you're going to have to be willing to take, especially when you're playing against like red-green aggro or Delver, somebody that's going to knock you down real quick. So yeah, Timely Reinforcements, got 3 of those. I've got 3 Ancient Grudges for the Graveyard Hate and the equipments like swords and stuff like that. Batter Skull, it's 1 in red or has a flashback of just 1 green, so that'd be good. Like if you mill it into your graveyard and they're not prohibiting you from casting from your graveyard, you can always use it as the flashback, so you don't have to worry about like mulching or Tracker's Instincting into the graveyard with these things. So 3 of those. I've got 2 Ray of Revelation for enchantments like O-Ring or like Honor of the Pure, Intangible Virtue, stuff like that, like the white weenie decks that try to pump up their dudes real big, so get rid of the enchantments with these. 2 of those. And then I've got 3 Phyrexian Metamorphs, which is really good with like Delver with Geist of St. Traft. This gets rid of Geist of St. Traft. You can just cast this, comes onto the board, and it makes a copy of a creature, so you can copy Geist and then Legendary Rule and they go away. And then later on you can Unburial Rites this back into play and copy something else if you wanted to. So these are pretty good with that. Really good against like Strangleroot Geist or Giraffe's Messenger with Undying, because it'll come back and then you can copy something else and it'll have a +1 counter on it, so that'd be cool. So 3 of those. And then I have singles of some different fatties, as we call it. I have another Elisnorn, in case, you know, I feel like I need another one, just it has, like, you know, the white weenie decks with all the 1 or 2 toughness creatures that I want to try and make sure I can get one of these out. I'll put another one into the deck. Then I've got Shieldred Whispering one, which is really awesome against, you know, anything really, but I mean, it has Swamp Walk, so it'd be cool against black. At the beginning of the upkeep, return a creature card from my graveyard to the battlefield. So, I mean, it's like a every turn Unburial Rites pretty much. And then at the beginning of opponent's upkeep, they sacrifice a creature. So this card is crazy good if you can get it out there and keep it on the board. And then I have one Grizzlebrand. I mean, he speaks for himself. Flying lifelink, 7/7. You can draw 7 cards. He's pretty awesome. He actually won me the final. I was playing against Delver to win this mat, and I Unburial Rights him, and he came out, and then I passed turn. They played a Sword of War and Peace, and then turn came back to me. I Phyrexian Metamorphed his sword and equipped it to my Grizzlebrand, and then I drew 7 cards, paying 7 life. So I had, like, I think 10 cards, and I swung in the air with no blockers. So I did 9 damage plus 9 life linking plus 10 for the cards in my hand. So it was pretty crazy. It was awesome. So Grizzlebrand was an awesome sideboard. I put him in from the sideboard because he has flying, so in case they have a flip Delver or something, you know, and the lifelink. So that's awesome. And then, of course, we have Thrun, you know, in case you're facing the control matchup. You know, he can't be countered. He's hexproof. You can regenerate him, so he's an awesome all-around guy. Plus a 4/4 for 4. Hexproof 4/4 with regen. I mean, holy crap. So, yeah, that's my my game day winning deck that I had. So, anyway, that's post Avacyn restored Frites deck by Flowgoode. So if you guys have any questions or anything like that, there you go, I'll show you the whole mat. Just leave in the comments below. I'll try to answer it as fast as I can. So anyways, Frites, any Reanimator is a really fun deck to play. It's not always the best. I mean, Delver could easily beat me. It's just my deck just happened to have all the synergy it needed to beat him to win this mat. And I also got a full art foil Killing Wave and a full art Latch Seeker card. For everyone got a Latch Seeker. Top 8 got a Killing Wave foil promo, and then the champion got the mat. So heck yeah. So yeah, please rate, comment. Don't forget to subscribe for more awesome deck techs and box openings and all that stuff. So, till next time, see you.